Well, my name is Sara Baca, and I am from the South community, but I do have a history with First Choice. Um, I, I actually um, was involved in community development when they were looking at the needs of the community, and one of the needs, of course, was primary health care for the people in the community. And so I was involved initially in helping write the first grant for First Choice. And it was a big collaborative with a lot of other community groups that also were interested in bringing health care to the community. So I helped in that as a community member. And then so we got the first grant, and we actually started in a church. We had the first community health center at a church on South Broadway. And it was during that time I was working for the university, and then because of my involvement in the community, I was asked to come and work for First Choice. And I worked as the community the community outreach coordinator. So I was involved in working for First Choice for about 5 or 6 years, doing the outreach part of the community, just making sure that the health services connected to the community in a good way, and that people were knowing and having the information about healthcare services, and that they had the opportunity to access it. So we did a lot of things like even having a van that would go out and pick them up and bring them to the center. Along with that, we also made sure that there was a lot of health education being provided to the community. So that was pretty much what I did with First Choice. And then I left, and later I was recruited for the board. So I served on the board for about a term of about 4 years. And then my term was up, so I went on. And recently I was recruited again to come back to the board. So I kind of had a historical connection all along. Along with knowing about First Choice and promoting it, one of the things that I like to do is to make sure that the people in the community also have the opportunity to work for First Choice. And so I like to promote professionals to come to the community, and I often go out and help with letting people know about First Choice, a good place to work for themselves. And as a matter of fact, my daughter worked for First Choice for about maybe 3 years. She was the MIS person working for First Choice. So that's my history with First Choice.
That's great. That's great. So I guess you have a kind of unique experience, but how does it make you feel to be able to be on the board and then come back to see it grow, and then also know that there's an interaction with the family, so you are able to bring your family here and help recruit for it also?
Yeah, I think that's the best part about it, is that you have a real connection. I mean, you have a feeling that it's a family value, to the community, and I think that that's important because it's community based. And so when families feel a connection to it, that they can come and be served and feel like they're at home, I think that's the best resource that a community can have. How proud can you be, to have that resource within your own community where you can connect to it, not only as a professional, a community member, but to get your health care and feel towards it as though it's part of your family, part of your culture, part of you. Yeah.
That's great. And what was I going to say? I have a question on the tip of my tongue. Oh, since seeing the health commons develop and finally come to fruition, how was that as far as the community? I mean, does it give? Have you seen an impact as far as a pride thing, in the community since this building's been completed?
Well, I was just mentioning in the board meeting that, I really saw the pride of the people that work here because they are from the community. I could really see them promoting first choice as in the theme of I am first choice. In that theme, I could see their pride in being able to grow up here, go out and get a profession, and come back and work in the community. I think that's really wonderful, because this is promoting healthcare, but it's also promoting the community. It's building the community, not only as a health venture, but a social venture, promotion for status, and I think that's really good. And you really feel like you're in the middle of a miracle, that you're in the middle of that you have awakened to a dream, And I would like to have that sit on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got it.
I think that is, because it was like, when I first started working with it, it was like the community had a dream, and now we're in the middle of that, and we have awakened to our dream. It's a wonderful thing.
That's great because not many people say that they've seen it. Happen.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I'm real excited about it. I have been kind of really elated the past few months, knowing that this is such a wonderful thing that has taken place.
That's great.